Hello everyone, welcome to a new reading. Today we are going to bring back the girlfriend and boyfriend readings, and since we are in the month of February and it's all about love and things, I thought it would be nice to reintroduce this type of readings. So in this reading we are going to do Soobin from TXT, and we're going to lay out all the cards to answer the question as to what type of boyfriend will Soobin be like. So let's get those cards out. So to start off, let's check the general energy as to what type of boyfriend Soobin will be like. So we have Shark, which is a water element, and then we have Deer, which is an earth element. This kind of shows that he will be very intuitive because both of these elements are feminine energy. He's very receptive, meaning that he's very good at just feeling the room, the energies, the vibe. So he will be very observant in a way. He will be the type of boyfriend that will just kind of know what's going on. He is not a very proactive person, so if he were to approach someone or if he were to initiate something, it took a lot of planning and a lot of internal hyping up for him to initiate it. I don't think he's necessarily shy, but he's extremely cautious. And he's also very sensitive to his environment. So he kind of just knows when the right time is to do something. Now, I do feel that he has two modes, and we're going to see it throughout the reading. With a Shark, it shows me that he is someone that many people may feel a bit intimidated by. At first glance, I think people feel the sense of you can't fool around with him, or you can't, he's very serious, or there's this sense that he just gives off this vibe that he's not someone you want to cross paths with, or what is the expression? Someone you don't want to cross, or someone you don't want to get mad, basically. And I think those people are right. And the reason being, we will see later on, is that it takes a while for him to actually get angry and pissed off. But also with the Shark, I was thinking that there's this sense of he may be also a bit of a loner. There is a sense, because I'm getting this visual of a shark that's swimming in this vast ocean on their own. So he'll be the type of boyfriend that is usually on their own, or he really likes his solitude, or he may struggle a little bit to integrate himself into a relationship. But then with the Deer card, there is a sense that he does know how to work together. I don't know, there's two modes to him. I just can't fully figure out how they connect or how they work together. Also, the other thing that I'm getting with this Shark, the red here makes me think that he has a very healthy root chakra, meaning that he's grounded, he's stable. He has his feet firmly on the ground, meaning that he is also quite practical. He knows how the world works. He knows how his community and his environment functions. He's quite practical about things, so even though I mentioned that he has a lot of feminine energy, some of you may have thought that he was this very kind and caring person, and I think he is, but he's very practical. I mean, earth energy can seem a bit cold and distant to people. And also, feminine energy is, as I was doing some research, in astrology, it is a very introverted sign, meaning that it's very low-key and laid back. It's not on your face energy, I will actively go for what I want. It's a bit more passive and more let me wait for the right timing to take action. So I do feel that Soobin will be the type of boyfriend that, he's very gentle, kind, and caring, and he it has this very pure heart, but at the same time there is this sense of like, you do not want to piss him off or you don't want to anger him because he knows how to bite back. He knows how to defend himself. He may seem very gentle to people on the outside. So I do feel that even though it is in his nature to be that way, and also since he's a bit low key and not very like out there actively going and pursuing his goals, I do feel that many people may think he's an easy target, and he's not. So he will be the type of boyfriend that has these two sides where he's able to show this gentle side of himself, but at the same time, he's not a pushover. He can defend himself if it comes down to it. Now let's look at the other cards, because one of the things about the shark is that it can show that he has the ability to take this deep dive into his emotions and connect to that side of himself, which kind of transitions me to the cucumber card. The cucumber card has the word emotion, and then it has the earth element on it. This card is number 4, so again, that makes me think of being stable and grounded. And here we also have the Cancer element. Cancer element. We have the Cancer astrological sign. So this kind of just shows that he has this hard shell around him. He is someone that is super abundant with emotions. Because I'm thinking of how cucumbers have a lot of water in them. And this kind of just tells me that he is someone that works with his emotions. He's aware of them. He pays attention to them. He doesn't ignore them. He does pay attention to it. So he will reach a lot of points where he's very connected and in tune with that side of himself. He could have periods where he needs a lot of time alone so he can adjust to his emotions and kind of like put them together so he can ground himself once again. His emotions can fluctuate quite easily sometimes, and when that happens is because he's not okay, so he needs a bit of time on his own to center himself once again, to put himself back into balance. But before I continue, I want to point out the patterns that I saw in the oracle cards, because we have Cancer with a cucumber, but then we have Scorpio with a dahlia, and then we have Pisces with a violet card. The reason why I pointed those out is because all of those are water signs, meaning that he is very intuitive, he's connected with his emotions, he's very receptive and observant. He may be a bit of a daydreamer. Again, he really is connected to his emotions, and he does enjoy his time alone. Again, also more feminine energy, which we talked about earlier. This also tells me that maybe he's quite psychic. Maybe. And it seems like he really does listen to his heart and follows his heart when he does things. So if he cares about someone, he will treasure that person a lot. Because I do feel like if you see here, there's like multiple petals here, multiple flowers, multiple cucumbers. There's this sense of like abundance. Also, the other thing that I was going to point out is that here we have like a Palo Santo or something. Here we have like someone that is grinding herbs. And then here we have like a candle. And all of them made me think of smell and scents. So this could mean that he's very sensitive to smell. Or he may like lotions, perfumes, colognes, flowers, scented candles, shampoos, like natural smells, like things that are subtle but that enhance the smell of something. I do feel that he really enjoys stuff like that. So he may give a lot of gifts, or he would like to decorate his home space with stuff like that. Things that bring him comfort, smells that bring him happiness and comfort, as well as a sense of healing and cleansing. Okay, now let's talk about the other cards. So with the Dahlia, we have refinement with the air element, showing that he is the type of boyfriend that likes to adjust. He likes to focus on like the smallest of details to make sure that everyone's on the same page. there's also this sense that he either plans a lot or he may be a bit of an overthinker sometimes. He's also someone that is not afraid of starting from the ground up. So if something didn't work out, he doesn't mind starting again to make sure it works. Because I'm thinking of the Scorpio energy of someone that reinvents themselves quite often or as necessary. So if something does not work for him, or if there's some baggage that he's getting rid of and releasing, he gets rid of it. He makes no room for it to come back. Also, this Dahlia makes me think that he's someone that is quite elegant, or someone that likes to keep himself nice and clean, or he likes to style himself in such a way that even if it's simple, there is this respected elegance were the words that came up, but I'm not too sure what that means. So I guess in a way, he will be the type of boyfriend that even if he's wearing comfortable clothes, he will look like he's presentable, basically. He won't look messy or like he just woke up from bed or whatever. He looks like he's taking care of himself. Because I'm thinking how pretty the flower looks like. Now with the violet, we have tranquility with the air element. So these two air elements just kind of shows that he's very good at communicating. He's very good at saying how he feels. He's very good at expressing that and communicating that either verbally or through facial expressions or body language. He's very good at it, at communicating that. So he will have very good communication with whoever he dates. He will be very calm, very laid back and relaxed. There's also this sense that he likes to keep things pretty and beautiful. So either he likes to decorate his space, he likes to either clean his space or bring decorations that enhance the environment that he's in. So I don't know if that would be like figurines or, as I mentioned earlier, like scented candles or something. He likes to be comfortable. So I do feel that he'll be the type of boyfriend that will do everything in his power to make sure that whoever he's with also feels comfortable. I do feel that he's also very gentle with the way that he speaks. Like, these two cards make me think of the shark and the deer. So when he communicates, he's very straightforward, very blunt, but also he's very gentle with his word choice. So, okay, I'm getting two versions. Maybe his word choice could be extremely raw, blunt, and a bit harsh, but at least his tone will be gentle. So when he talks to whoever he's dating, that person will know that he's no threat. Or even if he's saying a harsh truth, his word choice is very good to make sure that the person he's talking to doesn't feel threatened or doesn't feel bad about the truths that are being said. There is a sense that he's very good at communicating and he's very aware and cautious about how he makes the people he talks to feel. Now let's look at the tarot. So the first card that we have here is the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands kind of just shows that he's someone that's very creative. He likes to have fun. This is Leo energy. So this kind of shows that he has this childlike wonder and happiness. He's very optimistic as well. So when he needs some time off to kind of recenter with his emotions, is because he's not doing okay. Or he's being overwhelmed with emotions. He is someone that on the outside seems a bit harsh and kind of like distant. But whoever he has in his inner circles, so that will include his partner, he will be a bit more happy, energetic, optimistic. He will not be as serious. He will be someone that knows how to have fun and how to enjoy his time. I do feel that he's extremely creative, and I'm going to get a bit more into that with the Hermit card. There is a sense that he likes beautiful things. So again, he likes to decorate himself or his space. That's the best way I can describe that. I don't know if his creativity comes down in an artistic type of way or if his creativity comes with his problem solving. Because we all have different strengths and weaknesses. We have different ways we express our creativity. And I do feel that a lot of people limit themselves to think that creativity boils down to like art. like painting, dancing, singing. There can be creativity in things that people usually don't think about, like math and science. There's creativity there as well. So I don't know if the creativity that I'm talking about here is a practical one or if it's artsy one. If that makes sense. It could be both, I guess. So I do feel like he will be someone that has a very good eye at finding gifts, because since he really pays attention to the people around him, as I mentioned earlier, he's very aware of the person he's talking to and communicating with. I think he's going to be very good at picking gifts. So whoever he's dating, he will be able to give them either very practical gifts or gifts that he just knows his person will like. He is because he pays attention, basically. And again, there's this like smoke and like incense that comes out, which makes me think the sense of like the Palo Santo, the sense of cleansing. Yeah, I do feel like he's someone that uses fire as a way of cleansing. So candles, or those things when you write something on a piece of paper and then you burn it as a way of like getting rid of whatever or manifesting whatever was on that paper. Yeah, he may be. I know those are some ways you can use fire as a form of healing. The other thing that I got also is like a way that he can like use fire as a form of healing is through exercise, like burning off some sort of feeling or emotion that could be holding you back. I don't know why that came up, but that came up. Also, with this Queen of Wands, I do feel that he has a very healthy solar plexus, which again, the sense of being confident, the sense of being optimistic, and creativity. That makes me think again of like inner child healing, or just having a healthy inner child. Now, the other card that we have right here is a Hermit, and if I remember correctly, the booklet mentioned that this mushroom, here it's called artist Conk. Oh shit, I don't know how to say that. Okay, but this mushroom is supposed to be one that you could use. I don't know if you grind it up or if it has something that you can use for painting and making art and illustrations. And that's why I was saying that he could be very creative and he likes to decorate his space. Also, the Hermit, the other thing I was going to mention that I kind of saw here with the Tranquility card, with the Violet card, is that he likes to stay at home, or he likes to stay in secluded but comfortable places. So either places that he often goes to, that will be probably places that he will take his partner to, because that's where he feels comfortable and happy. Or he will prefer to just stay at home. Like whatever he feels, whatever is his safe space, he likes to stay there. This Hermit card makes me think that he is a big introvert. He doesn't really like to... He may feel a bit drained going to places that he's not familiar with. He may feel a bit drained to be surrounded by people. And that's because he really enjoys being on his own. He really cherishes his solitude, as we kind of saw with the shark. He may be a bit of a lone wolf. Like, I think he has done things on his own for quite a while that he doesn't feel the need to be surrounded by people. Or he's so sensitive to emotions and people that he feels overwhelmed when he's surrounded by so many individuals that it drains him to the point that he prefers to just be on his own. So this Hermit card tells me that he'll be the type of boyfriend that will, if he opens up to a person to invite them into his space, then he will still prefer for it to only be the two of them. I don't think he will like to be in places that are surrounded with a lot of people or are super crowded. I think that would still overwhelm him. By the way, this is Virgo energy. He will be the type of boyfriend that if there's ever an issue, he would like to solve it by communicating and talking about it and creating some sort of plan to solve the issue. So if there's scheduling issues, if he has to change his routine, he doesn't mind planning to change it. He doesn't mind changing things to adjust, basically. He doesn't mind doing that. And also the Hermit card talks about someone that willingly puts themselves in solitude so that they can find this enlightenment of self-knowing and growth. So I do feel that this is something that he usually does quite often. So he will be the type of boyfriend that will need some time for himself sometimes. And when he has this time for himself, he's not really talking to anyone or meeting anyone. He just needs it to kind of ground himself and rebalance and find alignment once again. Because we kind of saw that with a cucumber, and as I mentioned earlier with the shark, he likes his solitude a lot. This could be one of the reasons why he may find it challenging to be in a relationship. Some people see him as an easy target. In relationships, I think I'm going to say this in general. A lot of people may want to take advantage of him because they think he's an easy target, easy to like either manipulate or easy to kind of like control or something. But he's not with a shark energy. And also, he's someone that really enjoys his solitude, so a lot of people may feel that he doesn't even want them to be around him. So maybe that's why he may struggle with relationships. I don't know if he does, but if he did, those could be some of the reasons. Now, the other card that we have right here is the Seven of Cups. Underneath Tranquility, one of the first things I got with the Seven of Cups was that he will be the type of boyfriend that has like a lot of options listed on how to relax and have a good time. Like, I think he already has like a list of activities he would like to do with his partner, or since he's very good at listening to his partner, he will be able to quickly make a list of activities that can be done together, and also include a couple of things that they can do so they can like relax and de-stress from their work or from any situation that they may end up being in. So I do think that Soobin is someone that likes to plan, and since he's very observant, he just has options. Also, the other thing that I got with the Seven of Cups though, is because here you can kind of see like a knife. I do feel that he's very good at protecting himself and taking care of himself. So he's not afraid of like doing new things. So if whoever he's with wants to go on an adventure or try something new that they've never done, he's not going to be afraid of it or hesitate from doing that. Even though he enjoys his solitude and he enjoys being at home, that doesn't mean that he doesn't have this sense of adventure and sense of exploring the unknown. He does. It's just that wouldn't be his first option. So if he's with someone that wants to go out and do something new, he will definitely encourage it and go with it as well. I think he's someone that is prepared for worst case scenario constantly. So if something doesn't work out, he was ready for it. I do think that if that's the case, he may have a pessimistic way of viewing life sometimes. I also think that he is very, as I mentioned earlier, blunt and straightforward. So whenever he's presenting these options to his partner, he will make it very clear what he likes, what he doesn't like. But he still presents those options because he is aware that just because he doesn't like it or doesn't look forward to it doesn't mean that whoever he's with will agree with him right away. And if whoever he's with wants to do something that he's not really looking forward to, I think Soobin is very good at negotiating and talking about it. So at least they can find like a middle ground, kind of meet each other halfway. So yeah, I hope you guys like this reading. I kind of babbled on and on when reading these cards, but one thing that Soobin's energy has is that I thought it was pretty straightforward. Like I'm not, how should I put it? When I was like, I already get an idea of what type of person I'm reading for based on the cards that start calling out to me when doing a reading like this. Like, I think I mentioned something similar to this when I was doing individual readings. I just don't know who, and there's so many, I won't be able to tell you who this came up with as well. But I already get an idea of what type of person someone is with the card that I kind of feel called to choosing for their readings. And with him, one of the cards that came up is this one, the Green Witch Oracle. I think that's what it's called. And then the Midnight Magic, which is the mushroom one. And those are like cards that make me think of someone that is very connected to earth and very grounded. So that automatically made me think that he is someone that kind of knows what he wants and really knows who he is. So when we read for him and the messages just came through, I thought, like, I can see how my energy adjusts to the person I'm reading for, because I was able to look at all the details these cards have in a way that I usually don't, or I don't think I do. So I do feel like that also shows that he's very meticulous and very observant, and he does pay attention to the details. So very detail oriented in a way. So that says something about him, clearly. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've talked enough. I've said a lot. So I do look forward for you guys to see this video, because I really enjoyed it. It was very calm, very relaxing. It just made sense to me when I was reading these cards. Like, at first I was like, what is this opposing energies? But then it all kind of just made sense. At some point, all the pieces just fell into place. I'll see you guys in the next one, whenever that is, however that is. Love and healing from my part to you, and bye.